Okay, what we're gonna do today is to install MediaWiki 1.15.4, and what we're gonna deal with is a special error that occurs when you have wiki installed in a domain. Now this doesn't normally occur, but just in case it does occur, we're gonna resolve it through this installation. Now what I'm gonna use is a free web host for this tutorial, which is called 000webhost.com. Now, first thing to install MediaWiki is to create a subdomain. Okay, so let's create a subdomain. Now I've already created one for the installation, so what I'm gonna go through is to create a random ones for you to see. Let's call this wiki demo, for example. Let's say you call it that way. So you've created a subdomain. Depending on your web host, this interface will look different. And then we need to create the database. Again, normally MySQL, and of course this is a pre-configured thing in your server. So let's call this wiki demo, because it doesn't go further. Wiki dmu, and then let's choose a random password. And you create a database. Okay, that's for example. So once you have that ready, what you need to do next is to go to your file manager. Again, like I tell you, depending on your web host, icons, interface will look different. Since this is a free web host, so I'm just using this. And what you need to do is to log into your file manager, and then go to the subdomain. Now once you've created the subdomain, normally a folder with the name that you see appears. So Suzuki demo. So here's where we upload the file. Okay, now what I did was to use this part of the file manager, but what happens is that there's a restriction of 5 megabytes. Now there are two ways you can upload it. Since MediaWiki is 11 point something megabytes, you can extract the entire folder, split it into two, just compress a part of it, upload it. Of course it shouldn't exceed 5 megabytes. Compress the other part, upload it. It's one way, and this will decompress it into the directory wiki demo where we want it to. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to use an FTP server. Okay, an FTP client, for example, FileZilla. Okay, well, I've already done this. It took me a little while to do it, so let's go to the installation. Now once you've installed once you've uploaded MediaWiki, this is what you get when you enter the password. Okay, and what you enter probably is, in my demo I'm using wiki as, and then I entered crappy videos that webatchu.com. But if that doesn't work, you can enter that wiki. Now this is where the problem occurs. If this is the one that works, then we're gonna deal with it. Okay, now set up. Now prior to to installing MediaWiki, there's one little configuration you have to look at, which is the configuration folder. No, let me wait to load. Go back. Wiki. When you log into File Manager, you're going to see a bunch of files. Now, this folder is the one that you have to worry about. You have to make this writable. So you, pardon. Okay. Let me go back just a little. So we select config, and we do a chmod. We change the permissions. Now I've already done it. What you need to do is set it to 777 depending on your file server. That should be the perfect, and you choose it for all subdirectories within. Once you've done that, then you're good to go, or else it'll give you an error that config file cannot be written. Okay, and this is what you get once you load it. So you set up the wiki. Okay, says everything is good. Everything is good. So we call it name. Graphic videos. Wiki. That's what will happen in the. That's what will show in the website's name. An email. Let's say contact at crappyvideos.com. English. You can select public domain license or whichever license you prefer. The administrator password. We select it. We enter our password. I'm using a simple password for this. No caching. Just leave it like that. You can play around with it. Okay. Now, database configuration. This is where we need the information of our database. So let's quickly go back to find our database info. Where is it? Here, I guess. Okay. Here it is. We need the name of the database. Database name. What else do we need? We need the username. We need the password. Let's see if we need to change this database localhost. Probably we need to change this. Let's see if it doesn't work, it'll give us an error. We leave this like this. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Install MediaWiki. So wait a few seconds.